Mix 106, Quinn and Cantera. From Classroom 106, it's Quinn and Cantera, Arena Football 101.
There's a review tomorrow! There's a review tomorrow!
Oh, my God. Hey, by the way, tomorrow is Reach as High as You Can Day. So perfect for opening the whole damn thing tomorrow. This is great. Reach as high as you can. Try as hardest as you can.
From the Albany Empire, head coach Rob Keith is in studio, and George Manius. George, you got a VP title. What's your title?
Vice President, Business Operations.
Business Operations. Coach, first time we've met. Nice to meet you.
Oh, there's Coach. Hold on.
Let's get him.
You there, Coach?
You got me.
Oh,
Pleasure
yeah.
to be on. Pleasure to be on out there in Radio Land.
High energy, man. You're a high energy guy.
You got to be, man. We're selling enthusiasm. That's what it's all about.
Does that trickle down to the players?
It does, and I think it starts top down. So, our ownership group, when they interviewed me, I could feel it. I could feel that it was just all about the community. I could feel it was all about energy. It just spoke my language.
Were you a player? Were you a player?
I did, yeah. I played in the Arena Football League for a long time. I've been coaching for the last 7 years, but very, very fortunate to be on a lot of great teams.
Are you tough, or do you find you have to be a little softer on the millennials?
It's funny you said that because
you hear that all the time.
You do. You hear that all the time. So we'll have an age range of guys from 22 to about 35, and so much like the NFL, that it's the average age is about 26 to 27. But with that said, you got to coach guys. I always say teach, but you got to say coach guys a little differently. The 35-year-olds are a little bit different than the 22-year-olds, and you really see that when you start to talk to them.
Wow, that's got to be tough, man.
You open up tomorrow.
People aren't people anymore. They're different. They've totally changed.
You open up tomorrow night against the Philadelphia Soul. It is sold out. The block party's turned into a watch party. There's 4 p.m., right, George? The block party starts, the watch party?
4 p.m., live music.
What the heck? We're having the George's
party.
All right, what's that, George?
Yes, 4 o'clock start. We have live music. We have beer trucks, food trucks, a kids zone. It's just going to be that tailgate atmosphere that's going to get people ready and prepared for the game.
Awesome.
And I was there on the night you selected your dancers, and I would say that you pulled that night off perfectly. So if tomorrow goes anything like that night, I know it's going to be a home run for you.
Yeah,
guys.
there's no doubt. I mean, I was telling coaches we walked in today that we're ready to go right now. Like, it's been 4 or 5 months since we got here, and really
have you
kinda
slept
hit the community.
4 or 5 hours in those
Absolutely
4 or
not.
5 months?
I got a coach with me right now. He keeps me awake.
Human 5-hour energy.
That's right.
Seriously.
Yeah. We're ready, guys.
All right, so we're playing for Eric in Saratoga, who, if Quinn gets 3 out of these 5 questions right, Eric wins a 4-pack of tickets. He gets to take his son, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's son to tomorrow night's game. And then he'll also be one of the finalists to potentially win a trip for 2 to the Arena Bowl, which includes transportation, hotel accommodation, dinner for 2, and tickets to the game. All right?
That's awesome.
You like that, Coach?
Hey, Quinn, don't blow this, Eric. Eric, we're with you, man. Don't blow this, Quinn.
If I lose, those kids are going to hate me. Eric's going to hate me.
I'm the teacher. Quinn's the student.
Yes.
Coach, you're the professor.
Yes,
all right?
sir. I got you.
You could be the superintendent, George.
All right.
Here we go. Question 1. He's got to get 3 out of 5. He has not studied this at all.
I haven't seen it. Again, I've kept all these answers and questions and everything away from me.
The official arena football field is 85 feet wide and how many yards long?
85 feet wide. Still a rectangle. 85 divided by 2. I'm going to say 40. I'm going to say 90. How many was it? 90 feet?
I'm asking for yards. It's 85 feet wide and how many yards long? Don't make me do math on the program.
I'm going to say 90 yards, Cantera. 90 yards, final answer.
Coach, right or wrong?
That is incorrect.
Damn!
That is incorrect. Eric, come on, we got to do this for you. Come on, Quinn.
I'm sorry.
We have kids going to a game, a sold-out game on the line here.
50 yards, but the end zones are 8 yards deep.
Yeah, so the game, instead of a 100-yard long field like you would see in the NFL or college football, it's 50 yards, and then if you added on the end zones, each end zone is 8 yards. So total, if you did the math, right? So you're looking at, what am I doing, 76? Is that what I'm doing?
So,
but you would say 50 yards.
I'll tell you what you're getting. You're getting
66.
You're getting a fast game, it sounds
It
like,
is.
right?
It's fast. Yeah, 66. It's a fast game. It's fast paced. Look, it is football broken out in a hockey arena. I mean, it's right inside of you.
What do you tell a player who just blew a huge play and he's got to really shake it off?
Well, look, if it's 70 to 60,
Yeah.
yes, if it's 70 to 60, like scores are going to happen. You got to shake it off, Quinn. Shake it off, man.
Wait, what's the average score of an arena football game?
It's like average score probably you'll see is like 64 to 65. It's in that range. It's crazy.
We didn't put any of the kicking game onto this quiz, but we will because I find the kicking game extremely intriguing in arena football.
A lot of timing rules, a lot of kicking rules. You can
get a 4-point kick, right?
And you can do that in the NFL too. Now, so drop kick, yeah. but you will see drop kicks in the Arena Football League. It's pretty cool.
Just clarify the final answer on that. The right answer was what?
It was 50 yards.
50 yards.
50 yards.
Goal line to goal line is 50 yards.
All right, Arena Football 101, quiz 1, question 2. There are a total, Quinn, of how many players on the field during the game, during the actual action? Total of how many players?
I think I know this. Oh, it's perfect. So if you split the field from the stadium ball games in half, I'm going to say you split the players. I'm going to say 6.5 players per team.
6.5 players.
I'm going to say, let's go with 8. 8 each side.
Coach?
Well, it will answer the question properly, Quinn. How many players are on the field?
Sorry. Yes. 16 players total.
Yes.
You got it.
Yes.
Wow.
16. 8 on 8.
All right.
Yeah, so instead of 11 on 11, it's 8 on 8 football. And again, you have, 3 guys are off of each side. So, 11 obviously or 8 instead of 11. And it's because of the dimensions of the field. There's no way that 11 guys could be on the field at the same time on one side of the ball.
That's logic I just used. I rarely use logic.
Yeah, obviously.
20-man roster still.
So now it's a 24-man roster.
Okay, so does anyone, I know guys used to play both sides. Does anyone play both sides?
We actually have a few players that can possibly do that. But, so what basically we're alluding to is it used to be what is called Ironman football. So you'd have a wide receiver that could also play defensive back or a center that could also be nose guard. Right. So they've kind of taken that out of the game because it's more just specific to one position and thus creating kind of a better product.
Right,
in a
guys
way.
specialize in one
Specialization, absolutely. Right. So we'll have 24 guys on one side of the ball, 24 on the other, but only 8 on the field at one time for one team.
You should play on hot coals.
Yeah,
right.
That's
a great mix it up a little bit.
All right, you're one for one, Quinn. Question number 3, Arena Football 101.
Come on, Eric. I want to win. How many am I getting? How many questions?
Did I tell you you're playing for Eric's young children?
Eric and his young children
Yes,
and
Eric.
his kids' young children.
Yeah, and I think it's
like 3 generations right there I'm playing for.
Here we go. Question number 3. Okay. Arena Football linebackers. There are 2 on defense, right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
They have specific names, Quinn. It's multiple choice. So Arena Football linebackers are known as Mac and Jack, Larry and Balky, Brian and Chrissy. Mac and Jack, Larry and Balky, Brian and Chrissy.
Come on, I know this. I know this.
Let's have it.
God, it could be Larry and Belky just to be funny, right?
No hints.
And the final option was what?
Brian and Chrissy.
I know that's not it.
Okay, so I eliminate that one.
All right.
So
Larry
it's down
and
to
Belky was perfect strangers.
That is true.
I'm gonna go with Mac and Jack.
Mac and Jack, Coach.
Boom, boom. You're correct. You're correct. I wish it was Larry and Balky. I really do wish it was Larry.
You didn't win?
Oh,
you didn't win?
I thought I
Perfect
won.
strangers. Good call, George.
I thought I won. Sorry.
Explain this to me. I'm going to be at the game. One linebacker can rush one way and one can stunt. Is that how it works?
Yeah, so the Mac linebacker is a guy, he's probably going to be in the range of like 270 to 300 pounds. These guys are really, really athletic for their size.
Like a Mac truck.
Mac truck, exactly. So they're coming downhill. They're trying to get through the offensive line to get to the quarterback. And then the Jack linebacker is kind of like a defensive back. He's kind of like a strong safety. Okay. He goes sideline to sideline, but he cannot blitz. But those are the 2 linebackers that will start in what we call the box.
But I bet he jacks up the player right before.
Yes, he does jack up the player.
Jack.
I wish everyone could have saw Quinn stand up and just try to do a football play there. That was awesome.
What's my boy doing? My boy's
that was awesome.
Wicked smart over
Yeah,
there, right?
wicked smart.
Listen, I've got a spoiler alert.